Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sam Rubin, and this is my dear wife, Heidi. Would you like to hear how we come to rest in Mount Clemens?
My daughter Rose
Yeah.
Okay.
is right there, and my son.
I was born in Kovno, Lithuania in 1886. That was a long time ago. Not such a good time to be in Lithuania if you're a Jew. So, a few years before, my sister and my brothers had gone to South Africa ahead. But I was lucky enough to make the quota to go to the United States of America. So, at the turn of the century, I'm about 13 years old. To leave your home, your country, your family, it's a little frightening, but you do what you have to do. So I get on the boat and I go to Ellis Island, where I'm picked up by my aunt and uncle, who take me to their home in Yonkers, New York. And I'm treated like family, I'm sent to school, and I learned to read and write English. I was a very good student. Languages came very easy to me. So when I finished school, 17, 18 years old, I go to work in my uncle's bottling factory. And I worked there for a year or so, and I start to feel a little bottled up in the factory, and I want to see this wonderful country. So I get a job being a cattle drover in New Jersey, driving the cattle, and I get all the way to Oklahoma, where some opportunities come to me, and I open a little dry goods business, dealing mostly with the Indians, and I did quite well. So well, in fact, that I even bought land. But this is another story. But being a young man away from home, I struck up a relationship with a young Indian girl, and it was after a while it was brought to my attention that maybe it'd be in the best interest of me and my scalp to move on. So I pick up me and my scalp, we go back to Yonkers. It's about this time, this is World War I. And I'm drafted into the U.S. Army, and I'm a U.S. Army soldier. And I'm sent, after training, I'm sent to Europe, and while in battle in France, in the Bella Woods, we are attacked with the mustard gas, and many of us were injured, and I was hospitalized, and after my recovery, I was sent back to Yonkers and discharged. It was then that I heard about Mount Clemens, this place with the miracle water and the Yidlach and the Jewish people and the hotels and the gambling and the boxing and the action. And I said, I have to see this place. So I go to Mount Clemens. It's everything they say and more. So in my travels, I learned Russian, Polish, Hebrew, Yiddish, French, English. These are good things to know in a resort town. And with my knowledge from the cattle, I became a partner in a kosher butcher shop in Mount Clemens.
Sam, let me tell you.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Ida Belkov Rubin. I was born in Vitebsk, Russia. Now, Vitebsk is part of Belarus. I lived with my mother, my father. I had brothers, I had sisters. Everything was nice. The only thing I could complain was when the Cossacks came through, and they were like no goodness. They used to beat up people, they used to steal, sometimes rape, sometimes not
Sometimes
good.
kill people.
But thank God, it wasn't too often, but it happened. When I was about 15, 16, there was a Jewish boy in the village, and he came to my father and he asked for my hand in marriage. My father said, okay, I was promised him. He was Jacob Cohen. So after about a year and a half, I was almost 18 17, 18, we were married. Then we talked, and he said he was going to go to America, to New York, because he wanted us to have an opportunity for the future. And I said, okay. My parents said, okay. So he went, and he got a place in New York, an apartment, and he got a job. He was a tailor. And so here I was in Russia. I knew how to cook. I was a marvelous baker. I made the best bread. And I could sew. So I knew I could help when I got there. So he sends the money. My father and mother, I have to say goodbye. It was very hard to leave my mother and my father and my brothers and sisters. But I went with my father on the buggy with the horse, and we went to the train, then we went to the boat, and then I went to Ellis Island, and my Jacob met me there. We went to our apartment. We lived there. Well, I was there, I don't know, maybe 6 months. I was pregnant with my son Morris. And I had Morris, and Jacob was working hard, and I was helping him with the sewing and everything. Then I got pregnant with my daughter, Minka, Myrna, who is also buried here in the cemetery. And things were going pretty well, and then Jacob got the flu. In those years, there was an influenza epidemic.
19.
And Jacob got very sick, and while I was pregnant, he died. Then I had my little girl, and I had to work. I had to make some money to take care of my babies. So I sewed, did housework, anywhere I could make a nickel, I went. But I was very run down, but I had cousins and friends, and they helped. So my cousin Becky, she comes to me and she says, Idle, you're killing yourself. God forbid you're going to die. You got to take care of yourself. So I said, what can I do? She said, I heard of a place uptown where they have miracle baths. The Mount Clemens. She says, you got to go with me. We'll go for a week, and you'll take the baths and you'll rest. You'll come back like a new woman. I said, how can I go? I got 2 little kids, 2 little children. She says, don't worry, my sister Sophie will take the kids. So I said, okay. And I went with her. Came to Mount Clemens. We got a room on Church Street. We had a little room with a hot plate. And I took a few baths. I was feeling better already. I was rested. I was getting strong. And it was Friday night. You know, it's like the Sabbath, the eve of the Sabbath for Jews. So Becky says to me, you know, Ida, we need something for dinner. Let's go to the kosher butcher. So we found out where the kosher butcher was. And we walked around, down a few blocks on Walnut Street. And we walk into the butcher shop. When I walk into the butcher shop, I can feel 2 eyes staring at me. And I look up, this handsome man's there in the butcher shop. I'm looking at him, the sparks are flying.
It was love at first sight.
It was love at first sight. We were married about 2 or 3 weeks later.
Oh my goodness.
And we went and got the kids from New York. Sam bought a little house on Walnut Street near Maple, and we moved in, and we had 5 more kids.
Boy.
Wow.
They all went to Mount Clemens High School. They graduated, some went to college, but they were all wonderful human beings, good people. I became very active in the Ladies Auxiliary post 1794 of the VFW. There's pictures there of me with the hand fan. And I was the Americanism chairman. And I was so proud. Even with my Hexen, I would go to schools and I'd present little flags to all these little children and a big flag for the school.
And the new citizens.
And when the new citizens came in, I went to when they were sworn in, and I would give them all the flag. And through it all, and I was Citizen of the Week, WBRB also. And no matter what, there was one thing I always told those children, how wonderful it was to be in a country like the United States of America and to be an
To
American.
be an American.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Oh, and that was my mother and father, and this is my son. Hello. And this is my daughter. My granddaughter, and this is my son.
I think she forgot about me for a second.
I wasn't related to them, but I knew the children.